Hey everybody, it's Deanna at Employers Advantage. Happy Thursday. Continuing a little bit with what I mentioned in our last week's video about exposure discrimination, which is, like I said, it's not really a thing, but we're seeing patterns of behavior that potentially could lead down that path. And the other thing is, we've been talking about this week is antibody testing. The EEOC, which is the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, has declared that employers cannot require employees to take an antibody test prior to returning to work, or use that information in the hiring process. And I think things like that, which we've never experienced before, are just going to continue. There's a lot of pitfalls for small business owners when it comes to, whether it's doing layoffs or even doing recalls. I think we're going to see some rises in age discrimination claims, potentially some Americans with Disability Act claims. And, it's really, really important that you call a trusted outside resource to help you work through this. And, quite frankly, that's where we come in. We've dug deep into a lot of this stuff as soon as it was breaking and staying on top of the changes as they're happening. And I mean, even all the way up to yesterday, the EEOC is issuing new guidance. So it's really difficult for a small business to stay on top of that. But, that's why we're doing it, to make sure that you can avoid those pitfalls, not only for your business, but for the employees too. We want to make sure that everybody is treated fairly and that they're taken care of appropriately. So, that's some of the stuff that we're paying attention to. The other thing that happened this week that was really good news for employees is that Title VII, the Supreme Court has ruled that Title VII, which is part of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, the protection of sex covers gender identity, gender orientation, and sexual orientation. So, which is um, what it should be. And so, what that means is employers cannot discriminate against an individual based off of their sexual preference or gender identity, anything like that. So, um, you probably need to make sure that your policies are updated to reflect that. Hopefully, your practices are already reflecting that, regardless of what your policy says, because it is the right thing to do. It's great that there was a ruling that came down to protect folks in the LGBTQ community. It's unfortunate that that's how it had to happen. Um, anyway, a lot of stuff happening. As a small business owner, we know it can be difficult to keep up with, but that's what we're here for. Don't forget that every Friday is free HR Advice Friday. So if you have any questions about anything that I mentioned, or any other small business HR related item, you can give me a call on Friday. It's 980-422-7953, or email me directly, Deanna, DEANNA, at employersadvantagellc.com. Wishing you all a great rest of your day, and stay safe and be well.